Hi and welcome to Now TV. I am gonna try to use this again and hopefully the sound works. I'm sorry about the catastrophe in the last video and me reading this. It wouldn't have been a better timing for this to suddenly go weird in the sound for me. So, without further ado, I'm going to try reading it again so that everybody can hear it in a normal voice. So, as the other video said, it's called DownFalls. So, here I go, DownFalls. DownFalls. I'm in shock. I've let it happen again. Only this time, the guy left me a tip. I don't want to believe that this has happened to me. I had plans for my future, and this wasn't it. Another guy took me again, another guy down another dead end. Another guy just a one-way friend. I'm confused about what I feel until the moment that it's real. Then I know I want to let it all go and bring it to an end. And maybe have some self-respect again. Except the cycle always wins. I don't want to be hurting, but the fear of being alone never goes away. My heart wants a home, some place to call her own. So in another man's arms I lay, trying to find a place my heart can stay. Another guy took me again, another ride down another dead end. Another guy just a one-way friend. I'm angry about the fact that you're not the only one to blame. I'm angry because now it's too late for me to change. The actions have been done. A failure is what I've become. No longer will I be able to follow my dreams of success, for this time my actions have caught up with me in full. I cannot blame this mess on the innocent life that grows inside of me. It's my fault I never stopped to consider the downfalls and what they might be. I don't understand why I didn't think first. But in the final end, I was the one who paid the price, time and time again. Another guy took me again, another ride down another dead end. Another guy took me again, another guy just a one-way friend. The whole thing has left me feeling like I've lost control over myself, my feelings, my life, and my soul. I'm ashamed about the fact that I have to face when I go home what my family and friends will think. When they take a look at me, they'll talk to each other as though I'm not there. For someone so smart, she sure was stupid. How disappointing to see her end up in such a mess. Oh, how they will never look at me the same, and I have no one else but me to blame. Another guy took me again, another ride down another dead end. Another guy took me again, another guy just a one-way friend. I was trying to write it from the perspective of what it feels like to be a person that young and inexperienced or unknowing, right? And how disillusioned about everything for knowing what the normal society response is. I try to look at it from their perspective. When I was 19, that was hard. I wrote that at 19, looking at 19-year-olds and 17-year-olds and 15-year-olds and 14-year-olds pregnant with no place to go, thinking they can't finish their high school, not knowing if they will, or thinking that there's no chance and stuff, and that their families turn them away, and some of them do, and that's why they're there at the place where I was at. So I try to write it from that perspective, so I could give a feel of what it's like to be them in that situation, feeling like they have no help, no place to turn to, no people to talk to. I wasn't trying to insinuate that's really what happens, or that it's always that way. We feel these things. Like there's no other way of writing it. It was just that version that came to my mind, the perspective of the sympathy I had for the people that were my age and younger back then. Considering today people are a little easier and more open to unwed mothers. It's not so big of a deal now to not be married and have children as it was when I was here. It was harder, it was worse. Being that young and having a little experience in life, you have to deal with the impact of that to them and how they feel and think, even if they didn't say it. And I think they did a pretty good job feeling it in this. Being a teacher myself at the time when I wrote it. So like pat on the back for me. I think about my age, how wise I was to be so young and to have something so ahead of myself. It came from the sensitivity of being around the teenage. My mom was around when I was up that were married off at 16 and had kids already. Maybe it was the town I was in
environment was so ignorant or lacking in education and involved women. They saw nothing else for their life, no purpose than babies and welfare. And some parents decided that this was to marry off, right? Well, there's just one offer and you just thing and live in some weird spot. Then when I became a teenager and saw that the epidemic just grew out, there's even then when I was little and my mom was hanging around some people. And 20 years later, the epidemic's been bigger. And now you're someone Jerry and other TV shows, as if as if okay. Just as society realize I'm not gonna go to die because you have kids and didn't marry, doesn't we should say that it's okay to take them at 14. Wish you luck. Maybe you should take some, beer or something. It's not okay to go ahead, around when you're only young. Now it's no, you don't know this, you're not off. Then, don't stop nasty as to dip in the or for, they call it, take our music voice. Blind boys have seen but they realize how first that is a different need for my have mostly have been married. As it is the comments, feedback on what